Welcome London, welcome America. It's all a lie. The UK government won bid over Prince Harry's security plan, as he's unable to sue them. Ruler Harry was conceded consent to a limited extent to apply for a legal survey over security choice. However, Mr. Justice Swift said this was some separation from an end. That case will prevail at conclusive hearing. He is making a lawful move over a choice not to permit him to pay for police insurance for him as well as his family while visiting from the US. In the main phase of the case recently, the Duke's legal counselors requested that Mr. Justice Swift award consent for a full hearing to have an adjudicator survey the Home Office's choice. On Friday, the High Court judge said the case could continue, conceding consent for some portion of Prince Harry's case to have a legal survey. Mr. Justice Swift said, "The application for consent to apply for legal survey is permitted to a limited extent and declined partially." However, he added, an end at the consent stage, that the case is questionable is some separation from an end, that case will prevail at definite hearing. Mr. Justice Swift said the Duke had welcomed the case for legal audit on 5 grounds, 4 of which were doubtful, and conceded consent for certain pieces of the grounds eliminated. This implies there will be a full High Court hearing to survey the Duke's case. The lawful test concerns the February 2020 choice of the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, RAVEC, which goes under the transmit of the Home Office, in regards to his security subsequent to being informed he would at this point not be given a similar degree of individual defensive security while visiting. His lawful group are looking to contend the security plans set out in a letter from RAVEC and their application when he visited the UK in June 2021. Were invalid because of procedural shamefulness, since he was not offered a chance to make informed portrayals in advance. It is claimed he had not known Sir Edward Young, the Queen's confidential secretary, and other royal household individuals were associated with the Board of Trustees. The Duke's advocate Shahid Fatima QC recently told the court Prince Harry thinks about the UK his home and consistently will be his home. He is said to need to carry his youngsters to visit the UK, yet as indicated by a delegate, he and his family can't get back to his home since it is excessively risky. Ms. Fatima recently contended the Duke ought to have had the option to make direct portrayals to the advisory group, and his proposal to pay for his own police assurance in the UK was not passed on to RAVEC. The Duke is perceived to need to pay for the security game plans himself, instead of request that the citizen reserve it. On Friday, the Duke was allowed authorization on the contentions, including that RAVEC's choices were legitimately preposterous and that he ought to have been told about RAVEC's arrangement before its choice in February 2020.